All right, hello everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back up here. And today we're gonna talk about something special. First of all, I want to say thank you to all of you. Coming here, watching us, supporting us, and we so much appreciate you. But today, I think that even though that me and Paulina work so hard to make sure that we are gonna be coming in as uh, a life and technology challenge in there. But guys, we're gonna talk about something very important: how to navigate the energies with your twin flame, but also how that is gonna lead in it of what it's working. And it's gonna be a very good topic. First of all, the community is needed, and we're gonna sharing a personal experience in there because the most important thing I think it is by learning to navigate what is inside of you, you give the power, you give the freedom, you giving yourself that relief of the pressure between you in your soul connection, your twin flame, because everything you're learning, it is about to become a naturally. The choices that are gonna come from that to become a naturally, wherever the issues might be, okay? But when you have this, you take off the pressure that it's created within the connection. And then it's much more easier to navigate. You navigate by give them a freedom, you give them a space, you give them the understanding, and through the communications, you not pointing out to them what they need to do and how to do it. Hi, Cece. Glad to see you. You got my eyes on me, right? I know how it is. Yeah, I got my eyes on you too. Okay. But talking about within this, all their life they had somebody tell them what to do and tell him how to do it. The worst thing the boss that can do to somebody is this. Okay? If your mother tells you what to do and then it comes in and tells you how to do it, what did you learn? If your boss comes in and tells you, hey, I need you to do this job and you're okay. And after that the boss just comes in and it starts screaming and yelling. It's like, I told you to do like to do the job. And then it tells you how to do it. So this conflict is in there. You need to be getting it. But the beauty is that when you're navigating those energies in there, you relieve it. This you allowing natural process of the relationship to grow and evolve. And without further ado, I'm giving you Paulina.
Thank you. Hi, Cici. Hi, Andrea, and others who are watching. I think the process itself is not that complicated, but it's very useful to have some guidance from people who have been in the journey and understood at least part of it. And especially when we talk about this energy management, that's what you're learning to do. Since you have chosen this twin flame path, that's what you have to master. You will be engaged in those runner chaser dynamics for a reason, because basically you have to master both sides. So it's some situation you may see that, oh, I feel like I'm more chaser in this connection. Some people are saying that I'm more a runner, like I have some fears that I'm working with. And I think it's one big step is once you recognize that you have both of those types in you, and we just tend to have more problems with one or another. So I think that's important part to see that you're never only runner or chaser, because the moment you do that, you put yourself into boxes. And instead, if you consider yourself, let's say, as a chaser, you can just see that like you don't have those issues that are characterized, those people who are running from something. You don't have that much fear that this other group of people have. So that's why this dynamic is a little bit complicated, because it's not really helpful. And I think it's very useful to see that it's just whatever you have troubled during the journey and whatever perspective you see in yourself, are you runner, are you chaser, what are you doing? The moment you master those two perspectives in yourself, you will start seeing that it's all just a journey of navigating the energies. If you see the imbalance and you have a tendencies to give out too much energy, meaning being this chasing energy, your goal is to balance it out. It's just to withdraw it a little bit and just put it to yourself. And then you will see. I'm not sure if you cannot hear me like double. If there is some connection, some issues with connections or sounds, just let us know because we had to experiment a little bit. Otherwise, just I will welcome any questions if you need some specific guidance towards what you're dealing with right now in this energetic issues with your twin. Like, do you have some questions? How do you work with, let's say, too much pulling energy? Like, I realize that many people are feeling those like pulling energies recently. And again, that's talking about, oh, I feel someone is thinking about me, and what am I supposed to do with that? Should I be acting on it? So I think it all comes down into putting yourself and seeing yourself. How do you define yourself in this journey? Do you still see yourself as a only chaser or only runner, or are you trying to see yourself as a whole, just as the being that needs to master both sides? So that's the introduction from me. For now, if you want to add something to this point, that would be useful.
Yeah, the sound is hollow, a little bit robotic with Paulina, but it's the best that we can do. CC, but if you can hear it okay, if you can understand her, great, because this is a good video. And we were told to do this video no matter what. So we spent hour and a half trying to figure out technical situations. And if there is a will, there is a way for it. And I want to follow it here with Paulina. Okay, as soon as you identified yourself in there with either chaser or a runner, you automatically choose a side. You automatically choose an extreme. You're taking something out in there. But when you're mastering both, and I'm giving you a personal example in here, through our talks, I'm not pushing her to do something. What I do is like, you know what? Maybe this and this is the issues, but you have to look within you. It's not like, for example, you think that that's what the issue is. You go out to your twin flame, you go out and create this intense energy that it's coming out from you towards that person. And the other person is like, what is that coming from? Okay? There is something else more deeper I want to tell you, that during the exchange of the consciousness between you, depends on what the consciousness is about and what it needs to be done for it. You also create a consciousness fight within yourself with the energy they're giving you that is within you. So whatever you feel like towards your twin flame, also feeling it towards you. And by understanding this, if you have to see something, if you have to work and navigate the energies in there, remember this words. Look inside of you. Okay? And you have to give it a time, because when the person look inside of them, they're going to be looking at it from their own consciousness, but they're also going to look at it from the point of love. And when they do that, they can make the decisions. You're not forcing them to make decisions. A lot of the pressures between twin flames, it is about, we need to get in union. We have to be in a union. We must be in union. But the union is not only a taking all this and so on, especially the programming, when you figure it out and you begin to evolve, yeah, you're going to go through the stages. Okay. But when you understand that through the stages, all it's teaching you to have a balance between you two, honest communications through you two, not taking things personal through you, to get illuminated within yourselves in there for your collective energies, you pretty much gonna be a set the rest of the stuff because you're gonna have a great communications. From those great communications, it's gonna comes in. I'm not taking personally what my soul connection would tell me. They see things inside of me, but I'm not gonna take it personally. But now, this not taken personally, it's a coexist within the both individuals, and this is the part what working. Okay, because if your twin flame comes in, you know what, you need to do this, this, and this, and so on until you don't get this done. Please don't come to me. You set requirements. While if there is some issues that you have to work on, it is like, I mean, it feels like there is a issues is in there, but I don't know what is the issue is. I feel the pressure. I feel the energies. If you're here willing to talk, I'm here to help you, and let's see if that is. But also look inside of you. You maybe find something that I don't see in there. But I feel the pressure. What do you think this pressure is? And by navigating that, you navigate it with peace. You're not navigating with a this intense energies pushing it towards you. You navigate it with peace, guys. And that's what working. The peace. Otherwise, you taking those intense energies inside of you and you're projecting within your twin. And now you create this intensity. The more intensity comes in from the one, it goes to the other. Then the other takes it, creates more intensity, and now you have only intensity. And you have the push out energy. It's pushing yourself out from the connections until the connection is doesn't it's losing its purpose because it cannot be pulled energy. And by navigating this, the gravity is gonna continue work, the energy is gonna be working, and also whatever the issues, whatever the things you need to solve together, you're solving it with peace, with love. So back to you, darling.
Yeah, I wanted just to give a little bit of heads up for people who are currently maybe in the state that they don't even talk to their twins. And there is always things to do on your journey in terms of a progress and just preparing for whatever comes next. Because the whole idea of actively being involved in the journey means that you will work with the energies and you will work at this further understanding of yourself and those harmonious soul connections with or without your partner. So, for example, if you currently are just having yourself in your field, like your twin is not talking to you, communicating to you, you can take a look again which kind of a perspectives you tend to take. Like, do you consider yourself as this runner energy or chasing energy? And just try to ask yourself, what can you do to remove it, to keep it more in the balance? Because if you would be in this balanced state, you would see that you cannot chase anything, but also you cannot run away from the things that had to be dealt with. So I think, and that will, if you master this part, you will be seeing that it translates into other parts of your life as well. That you don't have to attract money, jobs, relationships. You will be naturally, it will be flowing to you, but you don't need to chase it. You will be embracing it. At the same time, if you have a tendencies to run away from the problems, maybe regarding jobs, maybe regarding some material situations or relationships, that's the part of yourself you have to master. Like, you cannot be in this escaping mode. So everything starts to flow, including your soul connections, when you are able to embrace this balance and see that if you stay in the middle, there is no runner, there is no chaser. There is like only two people who are ready to see, okay, we are equally giving and taking in this connection. Like, we are not, there is no one who has to overshare. There is no one who tries to escape, and undershare. So you see how it has to start within you. You have to start at kind of emanating this field outside, and that's by the attraction. That's what you will be kind of getting into back to you from the universe. So that's why it's so important. If you feel there is any imbalance in your current connection, there will be way of improvement. And it not only it will create this nice response to the universe that you will start attracting healthy soul connections, but at the same time, really the rest of your life environment will be falling into place because you will be knowing exactly where you stand, and you will know I'm not afraid. I don't have to run away from anything, but at the same time I'm not desperate. I know that the right things are always coming to me in the right time. So I think this is very important, just to first recognize that there is no such thing like you're one extreme or another. You're both. And your goal is just to work with that and just bring yourself back into this middle point.
Um, Naturality. Okay. Uh, you need to probably put these words more into yourself in there, allowing the things to happen naturally. Yes, of course, you're gonna have the triggers of impatience. You may see also have the energies of hurry up or wasting your time. You may gonna have the energies like, well, he or she is not doing their inner work and so on. But if you do the things naturally, processes, we explain it to you guys, you're gonna have the flow. And when we're talking about the flow, um, talking about personal from our experience here, we repeated a lot of the stages that we had with the previous soul connections. They were like, but through that natural path of events, naturality that we took, the inner peace that we took, and put it into a practice in there, that show us to uh, the evolutions of our connection to comes in and following on the base of that naturally made it choices. Choice to see what it's in me, choice not to judge her. I understand her. Give her the time, the freedom, the whatever it's necessary. Okay. And this is a uh, the way that that navigations with the naturality, okay, creates the beauty within the connection. That is it, the beauty, because it's a naturally made a choice. And when it's a naturally made a choice, you naturally connect with the universe. And the universe is gonna comes in and shows you. A lot of the people, oh well, the universe is gonna make it. I'm not gonna do any work. Oh, the universe is gonna bring it to me. I'm not gonna do anything about it. Okay, the universe brings it to you. You're not doing anything about it, and guess what happens? You receive something that you are not ready for it, and then you're complaining, whining, and moaning about it. What works it is that naturally based choices, and as Paulina said here, communications is the key. You don't have the communications with this person. Take a look at it. Why? What causing it? Did you causing it? Is your intense energies causing it? It is your energies like, you know what, I don't want to hear anything anymore from you because you're not following what I'm telling you. This is the angry boss who says, hey, the job's gotta get done. You know how to do it, but they comes in and they tells you how they will do it, not how you do it, even though you do the perfect job. And this is what the natural event is. And then when you take that, looking at inside of you, these perspectives in there, You're gonna find the freedom within the connection because it's naturally happens. You're not forcing it. There is no hidden agendas. There is no hidden whatever situation is. You just want to have this natural based piece of love as it originated in the universe. And when you're understanding this, that's going to lead you on an amazing path. You're not going to worry about it. You're not going to be freaking out about it. You're not going to be going around like a chicken with the head cut off and go to this video, go to that video, listen to this, reading this book, go to a tarot reading, go to astrologer. I seen it. Guys, I seen it before. But you're following and understanding what you need to do within you as a natural process is going to be reflecting in your partners into as a natural process because they're going to see the energy of the freedom and the connections doesn't have this intensity. The connection has a natural path of love, guys. So back to you, darling.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrea, for confirming. And CC, I think, yeah, this naturality and peace, that can be interchanged. And that, again, we were talking several times how maintaining your own peace is the key in this journey, because that's where you begin. That becomes your guidelines. That's why you have your separation to find yourself. It's as universe is just removing from your field anything that was catching too much of your attention, and it was kind of fogging all of your clear mental judgment of the situation. So if you got a little bit too lost in this emotional experience of the twin flame journey, the universe will say, okay, that's enough. You've seen how beautiful it is. Now let's get back to work, and let's work not towards getting the person back. Let's work towards building the inner peace within, because that's, as I said, that's gonna be your guidelines, how you want your soul connections to look like. Because from that moment, if you're able to build this inner peace and see what it means to have a peace in a soul, you will be very cautious in compromising that. So at any moment, if you will get engaged in a soul connection, maybe your twin flame's coming back, you have this peace and soul. And if he or she will be compromising it because they will be starting acting this running, chasing, and this mixed signal, you will see, okay, my soul is not at peace. I have to constantly worry what this person has in mind. What do they do? Are they clear with me? Are their intentions clear? There is not enough communication. You will be thinking, okay, if they are playing those kinds of games, I would prefer just to have it, sit my peace. If they have some jobs to do, some inner work, let them work. I'm not detached. I'm detached from this emotional part of the experience. I have my standards. I know how the soul and peace and this kind of like balanced state in my mind looks like. And you will be just very patient into letting people back to your field. But you see, once you are able to navigate through this peace, you can also see if there are some issues that are coming from your partner, because there's always something that has to be addressed, like it's 3D life. But you can see if the other person also working to bring this peace to with each other, like are we both equally working to make it work and just to maintain this peace no matter the situation, or is it, am I the only one who tries to make it peaceful but the other side is just destroying everything and just putting all of those very weird situation, those mixed signals and confusions into this pot. So I think that's how you just can see what current stage of the development is your twin flame or the person that you currently consider as a twin flame. Because that will tell you a lot. That will tell you, is this person ready to really embrace the journey and create a very nice, peaceful connection? Or are you constantly need to have to work on fixing the connection because somehow those things are kind of falling out of place every time you try to fix it. So I think that's where you start. You start with inner peace and then just follow that.
I was about to say, this is how some of the connections they actually get disconnections and they just falling apart and the people still hanging on. People are staying on to that inner work they need to do as the inner peace in there. And that's why they don't have an inner peace within themselves because they couldn't achieve that with that connection with this person isn't there because of all that. But imagine that the one person has this inner peace and the other person puts pressures in there. They pressure you to make choice. Then put pressures of you to divorce, or they put pressure of you to choose them in there, and so on. You need to allow the 3D life connections to give up rotations by this naturally made chain of events. Because if it is not naturally, and as Paulina said, the one of them has to make compromises, okay? And this is not going to lead to anything good because it's not natural. You are forced to make a compromise. But at the same time, this has to be a healthy boundaries, isn't there? And those healthy boundaries within you, they're leading to the healthy boundaries within a partner. So whatever you don't want to do it to yourself, you're not doing to your partner. And there's gonna be some tests, of course. You're gonna have those triggers. You're gonna have all these situations is in there. But when you check yourself out with the red flags, you see yourself. If you don't have the peace within you, as in a twin flames journey, how is your twin flames journey is? Constantly intensity, you're constantly thinking about this person, you constantly worry about it. Maybe some of the stuff you probably even lose a job, you're probably losing of the family, you probably don't pay attention to your kids because your mind is preoccupied with that intense energies inside of you. But when you're realizing what it is, when you have the inner peace inside of you, guess what? Your life's gonna be improved. You may gonna land up a better job. You may be gonna land a better things. You gonna improve your relationship with kids. They will begin to understanding what is that goes on with you. And then all these energies that it's gonna comes in, guess what? They're gonna be mirroring back into their soul connection. If your soul connections is on the same page as you, here that's gonna be that mutual work. But naturally, guys. Not push, not hush, not rushed. Because when they're running away from you and you're trying to go ahead and give them a call, they don't answer. They block you. You tried mutual friends. They don't want to listen. They even begin to have negative energy towards their friends or towards the mutual friends and so on. Or a co-workers in some of the cases is out there. Okay? A lot of the people ask me, Dio, why did I meet my twin flame at work? Well, what is the place you're going in there? You're not going out. You're not going around people talking to people. You're only going to work and home, work and home. How the universe is going to be attaching these energies to your twin flame? So guess what? You go to this new job or you're going to work and they hire a new person and then it just poof. Oh, hey, I'm in a twin flame. Now what? I'm freaking out. The most important thing is that, as we're saying, the inner peace. You understanding in this? We're beginning with that, but now we're giving you a more advance of this. And the inner peace, okay, it's the gold. Because you're gonna be taught by the universe what it needs to do. You codepending in the universe, you're codepending in your twin flame. And there's gonna be a moment you're gonna be wondering within your connection, where is the universe? Why the universe doesn't help me? Why the universe doesn't give me anything? Guess what? There's a two things can happen to you. Okay? Ah, yes, Sissy. Ah, in there. Thank you for that face. Two things can happen to you. Either you're in the lower self or you graduate. Okay? When a student is ready, the universe appear. Okay? You need that universe to teach you. Then when you're completely ready, graduating, then the teacher disappear, the universe disappear. As you within yourself, because you're ready, you learn what it needs to be. Then the universe appears again when you're ready for the next stage. Isn't there? But you see, from these little things in there, without the inner peace that it comes in, the energies gets better and better and better. And then the navigations within this for it gets even better. Because the peace is naturally produced. The peace produces natural love, truly understanding. And that's what you want to have within your twin flame. Naturally made it choices with the evolution. And the more you evolve, the better it gets. So you said gold. Exactly. Gold. Most of the people that I've been talking to, they said that they saw this magical white golden light. Well, it's the firing of the mirroring neurons in there. But yes, most of the people, that's what they saw. And that's how it is. So back to you, darling. If you have anything to say and so on.
Yeah, I wanted to maybe give advices, how you can work on just maintaining this peace when there's, especially when there is no communication and there is just that this door is temporarily closed. Like, how do I work on just setting those standards? How do I know that I've learned my lesson? I won't be chasing again. I won't be running again. And it's really, I think it's a good way to work on your self-worth and just understanding yourself as a person, because it's, if you have enough self-worth and someone tells you, just, I don't want to have anything in common with you, I don't want to talk to you, just live my life, and can you please respect that? If you had enough understanding of yourself and self-worth, you would say, okay, I want to be banging in a closed door. I'm gonna go my way, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna find people who are respecting me, who are open to talk to me, who are ready to build something with me, whether or not they are my twin flames or not. If the universe said clearly that this connection served its purpose, and both people mutually they don't want to work on that anymore, it cannot be any clearer than that. Those energies really are very interested in creating something with you and your partner. If really that's what your soul feels like doing, if you are guided toward exploring more than just sitting in a separation phase, there will always be someone to recreate this field with you. And of course, it takes a little bit of detachment from, oh, but it's my twin. Oh, I cannot live my twin because that's bad. I will gotta live my twin flame journey. But honestly, there is, in the first place, all of that happened with the help of the universe and with the help of those energies. They give you this option, this opportunity to get engaged in this type of a soul connection. It's very rare. So once you get one shot with this kind of dynamic, you can work with that as much as you want. If you really show your interest and if you're ready to embrace it, there is no such thing as one person will say, I don't want to work with that, and that means that will define your whole journey. If your twin or original twin doesn't want to work with you, that means that you have to wait however many years until he or she comes back. But it's it's not true. Your evolution will never stop. So as long as you will be really having this biggest interest in growing spiritually, you on your own and with yourself, there will always be someone who will be popping up in your experience, in your field. So, but it all starts with this self-worth. Are you courageous enough just to embrace this journey on your own? Even if some person who said that they love you so much, suddenly they say, I hate you so much. Are you gonna be taking those things personally, or are you gonna see that those are their personal blocks, personal triggers? They have some wounds, but it doesn't take any of your personal work. So you will be embracing the journey. It's like, okay, this door is closed, but there's thousand others that can be open for me. Like, can I just choose some other ones? So probably that's a good advice for people, just to work on yourself and just really this self-love. People are talking so much about self-love, but it starts with self-love. And if you are really confused what you are supposed to do in separation, just start journaling and say to yourself how you can learn to love yourself.
Very good points in there. And we have this part of, I made a video years back. Now I see it in much more higher perspective. I love him. He's my best thing ever happened to me. I love her. I cannot be without her. I'm gonna die. And the next day, I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to see her. I don't want to talk to her. And that is coming because of your ego doesn't like. One day you're in a state of spirituality. One day you are there, and then in the next day, your ego is not satisfied, and your ego is teaching you to hate. The ego is beginning in there for it. If you have that kind of like a mentality within yourself, asking yourself, what about that you apply that energy towards your twin flame within you? Because whatever you do is what is inside of you. But when you put the self-love, as a Paulina said, in there, hi Adam, thank you for coming in. And when you put that self-love in there, could you be able to tell yourself, I hate you to yourself? What would you say to the person you love the most? I hate you. Your ego is saying that. Your ego, because they did not did what your ego wants it. And that is not a natural path. You don't have the peace. But your soul, when it comes in, your soul is ready to accept everything what they had, just so you can be with them. You're accepting what it is. You're accepting what you need to change within yourself. You're accepting natural path that it's gonna be taking its place. But guess what? You don't get a response from them in there. And the worst things that's gonna happen is in some of your cases, okay, your twin flame, it's maybe good to you, but you're in that energy of the ego that you're negative towards them. It tries to calms you down, but you're still negative in there. And then you see what you did with your negative energies, and the next day you see them, they have this negative energy, and now you have this positive energy. I say that's gonna shows you the disbalance with both of you because you don't have the inner peace at the same time. Okay, and when you have the inner peace at the same time, you have the same vibrations, and all that starts from there. You don't have that intensity, and that's how it begins to work. But if the ego puts intensity in there within the energies, there is like a thousand stories. Oh, my twin flat, my twin this, my twin that. They're going into the lower realm, so I push them or without you understanding there. why you are coming together to see those patterns and heal it. CC, I gave my ego thoughts a name. She's Lydia, evil, negative one, she is. Oh, don't give it a name because if you meet someone who names is Lydia, it's gonna be triggered with that. So please don't put names on your ego in there and so on because when you hear the name, it's gonna bring that pattern. You don't have to give it. You need to transform your ego from this unhealthy patterns of what you demanding the other side to do for you. You convert it to healthy boundaries of protection. Take that for a change. You're gonna be feel much better about it. Okay? Because if your twin flame comes in and start doing their own agenda or something, and your ego is tripping inside of you, they feel it. And they're like, oops, this is I touched this pattern in there. Something maybe I should change. It's like what happened? I felt this pressure in there. It's like, oh, I don't think so. We're going on this. What happened in there? Why you want to do this? Because I see it different way. You begin to have open, truly honest conversations about it, and then getting into the bottom of this, but with peace. Okay, not like you're tripping and you're just getting all this and start making the drama, and it's all about and so on and pointing fingers. And guess what? The universe is just like, well, we give them a chance, but they don't want to work together. Why would they don't listen to this? Because if you were listening to the primary connections, the primary source of energy, you will understand the universe is operating with that piece because that's what the universe wants. Adam, it has been a while for me watching your videos. I I have been really busy. Adam, it's all good. Everyone is busy at some point, but thank you for coming and watching. Uh, but you can see we have videos here on my channel, but you can check out Aqua Spirit United channel that is also on YouTube. There and Aqua Spirit, we are a little bit we're, we're bringing it the notch up in there. That's a little bit more higher in
Take
there.
time to adjust.
So we are coming here to give the messages to the people to help out the transition, and some of the people who are already transiting in there or they're ready to learn higher levels. They come in actually to the Aqua Spirit because some of the people are still, trying to find the things of what works. Okay. But the things that I'm finding out is they want to know how to make their partner without they don't want to do the work and they don't want to know how to do the work for within them. But they want to know how to make their partner do the work. Why? You want to make your twin flame a slave? You want to enslave them? You're not gonna be the king and only just, yeah, I got my twin flame. They're gonna do everything for me. Or the universe is like, I'm gonna take this away from you. And then you're wondering about what is it cooking. And I will be actively trying to watch more from you guys and try to make some comments for you. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it. And you guys know this channel, we don't click like, share, and subscribe thing. People have to use it their naturally voice. And we're practicing this to the rest of the channels as well. So, but we appreciate it, everything. Thank you, Adam. Cici, your, yeah, you think that it's yours, right? Did they choose to be yours? Did you allow your twin flame naturally to choose you? Beginning from there. So, but when you give them that choice naturally and within peace, it's like, I have all the love here in the universe for you. It's up to you if you want to choose me. They see the love, they see this, and even the third party see it, the third party understands it, and they still don't want to choose it. That's there in the ego. And the universe says, I'm sorry. Lately, we've been talking about this symbiosis in there, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be like, for example, twin flame or empath narcissistic relationship. It's not gonna work. The natural path of evolutions cannot have this parasitic connection. So, but no, the parasites still want to have connections because some of you don't realize it, but you're acting of this obsession. Why are you obsessed with this? You want that energy. Do you know what it takes to produce that energy, though? You to produce it naturally from within yourself to be that energy. Most of you don't. But when you learn how to navigate it down, when you become that energy, it's naturally built in you, and the partner in the cross of you sees that natural built and they build it within themselves. And then the natural path of events creates the connections, the journey. This is how the connections actually guiding you, leading you out there. Your focus needs to be on you, not anywhere else. I like it. Yes, exactly. See, focus on yourself. I mean, no focus on them. Oh yeah, that's. I hope that the Twin Flame community learned that by now to focus on themselves as a self love, and if not, evolution is gonna teach them at some point of time. Just guys don't. You guys have to know and understand us. You may not. You may run it away from the evolution now, but sooner or later, maybe next life, next 10,000 lives, it's gonna bring you to that evolution for you to evolve, one way or another. Evolution's gonna get you. It is what it is. All right, Adam, love it what you do, guys. I'm off to work right now. Keep up the good work. I promise I will include some decent comments for both of you and your viewers soon. Just general information that you talk about it. Thanks, Adam. All right, if you can,
Yeah, I wanted to share something, because
sure.
you're missing one piece. It's just you're saying that, oh, can you allow your twin to come back to you naturally? Can you give yourself this time and space? But one important thing is, can you put in your mind scenario that your twin has a freedom not to choose you? And if they say, I don't want to deal with you, can you please leave my life? Are you able to put it into your mind? Like, can you imagine that? And can you work with that? Or would it be disaster, the most like disastrous news that could come to you? Because some people are terrified with that. They are in desperation the moment the twin says it's over. They are coming into this desperate mode. They cannot function. Their whole life is crumbling, and that's normally what's supposed to happen. But at the same time, the moment you can process that and you can grasp it, and you will tell to yourself that, oh, even if my twin won't choose me in the whole life, I'm still for myself. I'm still okay. Nothing is, I'm not losing my life. I'm not losing my family. I'm not losing my friends. I still have things to work on because your life is just not this single person. And for many people, That's the hardest part of the journey. They cannot get themselves from this illusion. And until the very moment they will be, yeah, for sure, the twin, at some point of their life, they will choose me. They will come back to me. But honestly, this is a very important step because you just have to do this mental process. You have to be in a state that you will see that even if they don't choose you, and even if that was the end of the experience, you're gonna be fine and you're gonna survive and you're gonna thrive. And that's what the universe wants you to be in. That kind of state you have to strive for, and that's the whole process of the inner work. And that's how you know how you that you pass the test that we were talking so many times. The moment you can detach from what other person is putting the value on. If they don't respect you, if they don't choose you, it has nothing to do with your worth and with your life. So that's one big piece of the puzzle that I know it's very uncomfortable to work with because it's very hurtful for your ego, and it's especially on your emotional body, it's disaster. But once you can work with that and you can see this light inside of you, independent of any other people, including your twin, you're doing a very good job on your journey.
Great point,
So
baby. Great point. Paulina said this on the point of that is the way of the universe is gonna be testing you. Can you be able to be 100% self-efficient, functional, independent? Because you need to understand what independency is before you are interdependent. But the this um, healing process is to heal the codependency in you. That is independent, in me dependent, inner dependency. And then the things start getting. It's a part of that self-love. And that for some of you is gonna be, as Paulina said, you may gonna hear you pass the test. Yeah, you pass the test of for interdependency. You're ready for that interdependency because you tell the universe. It doesn't matter if he is with me. I can do the mission on my own. I am self-sufficient, self-efficiency. And then you do it. You can tell to yourself so many things inside of you until you don't do it. You haven't done anything. See, the done is do. And but once you get into this, it gets easy, guys. Once you get to
yeah, one more
what we
thing,
told you,
you know,
it's gonna
the
get
moment you
easy.
do it, sorry, because I will forget, and that's important.
Go ahead, baby.
That it's necessary also for this expansions and inner expansions because it gives you this additional piece of reality that you don't consider until it happens. This is just we are very like blindfolded once we go into this experience and we enter this twin flame journey with some person for the very first time. That's how the current paradigm is. Like it has to continue until the end of our lives. We are just two of us, and there is nothing outside. So that's how many people still operate because that's how it's being repeated. But the moment you can get yourself out of this picture and you will see and believe that you're complete on your own and your twin flame is a separate person that may choose to build a family with someone else, go live somewhere else, live with some completely different environment, not you, that gives you this very broad perspective, and you will see and you will feel it because this is such a huge expansion that it cannot be described in words. It's one of those kind of expansions that happen after you pass some certain threshold, like discovering the part of yourself that you were not even aware of, like the life throwing you into some unexpected scenario that you didn't even believe it can happen. And but this kind of a journey, you have to kind of find this missing piece on your own. You have to be brave enough just to look in that direction, and you will see that there is no one way for you to go in this twin flame journey. You will see the whole like gather of opportunities and soul connections, and that's the whole new paradigm that brings you this higher vision, and you will really see how everything is interconnected. But until you're not able to take yourself out of this paradigm and just dig a little bit outside, you're just not gonna get to this threshold. So we can talk to you as much as we can. We can try to repeat it, but it's something that each of us has to do on their own. There is this level of spiritual responsibility, I would say, that if you're ready, you'll get there. You know, you will start questioning what other people are saying, and if your soul tells you, leave this person, you know, it's just really, you will be fine. There is higher guidance that orchestrated that in the first place. Like, didn't you forget already about it? So, you know, you will be kind of turning, instead of focusing on a person, you will start looking towards those energies that are working with you. And it will be creating this stronger and stronger connection, you as a twin flame with the divine. And then the rest, it doesn't really matter who's gonna be next, what happens to your twin flame. The rest will be orchestrated between you and the universe, and you will be happy to see how the universe is bringing you all of those next experiences.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, babe. You were talking about expansion, and I was like, universe, what is this download that it's coming? And I'm gonna start with one questions, then I'm gonna be answer it. What is that expansion? And that's what the universe says. Okay? Experience the path in action. Okay? This is your passion we're talking about. The passion of who you are, who you become. You get that and you work with it. And when you're expanding that, you're walking on the path with action, expansion. You're going on in there. But the universe wants to see, can you trust it? And when you trusted the path revealed itself. The more it revealed itself, the more you getting into it. The more you grow, the more you expand. And through that energies, guys, the journey begins to get even better. Then you will really master it. That the physical separations, there is no separation. Then you're gonna know about it. And then the universe is like, oh, finally, was about time. You to understand and practice this. Because the connection doesn't matter. You're living on this planet, you know, still home. It's gonna get there. Little by little, guys, for it. All right, I wanted to recognize Victoria. Hi, Victoria. Thank you both for sharing all this information. You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, guys. Babe, if you have anything to say, I think that for tonight, this is kind of like a pretty good.
Yeah, I think the last message is there is this level of trust that is needed on your journey. That really there is something else besides separation. That there is, universe will be really orchestrating and working with you if you allow it. But it's like, it's a little bit tricky because you have to show your trust and show kind of abandon something very precious to you. It may feel like abandoning something very important, and you may not be sure if that's the right way. But the moment you do it, you will see that that was the best decision that you could take. because you will be taking yourself out of the paradigm that it's really, if you're ready to make this next step, you will. But the part of how do you build the trust in your journey, I think you have to answer on your own. There is not enough people who can make you do this step other than you and your inner guidance. So if you have any doubts in this, like, you can always meditate on that and start asking yourself and your higher self, what is the next best step for you to progress further? And at the same time, I just have to remind that it's very important for you to practice this emotional detachment, because you're not able to predict which way your journey will take you. It may include your twin flame the way you know it right now in a 3D expression, or it may include someone completely different. And it requires this non-judgment, just being completely open to see, okay, where the life wants to take me right now, and is there something else I can do rather than waiting and being in this meat grinder and constant inner work and inner healing. There is a lot of bit of healing has to be done, but there you need to have some new opportunities for growth as well. So thank you, Victoria, for coming to chat, and thanks for Adam for those comments. We'll be happy to read all of the feedback on what are we doing and how it's helpful for people. So
Yeah. Thank you guys for coming, all of you. Thank you, CC, for the comments, and Andrea, thank you guys. If you guys have some any questions, any things for regards, we're gonna be coming up and popping up some more and more for it as you see it. We've been working in there. And what I want to end with this for you. Take a look at it. Three things, three scenarios in there. You love somebody, but they don't love you. Somebody loves you, but you don't love them. And then there is this part of mutuality in there. When you love and they love you. And how this is gonna coming into giving you this perspective of freedom. Okay, kind of like homework maybe for some of you. I felt that I need to say that, so that's what I want to give you this wisdom for it. All right, guys, and thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for supporting us, and see you next time. We are gonna be coming out and pop it up, guys. Thank you so much. Feel love, guys.
oh, that's good. That's collective wave.
Collective way, Victoria. Okay, but if something pops out in your mind, make the comments below the videos. Or guys, if you have anything, you can check our website. It's below in the link, so you can always contact us there as well. All right.
Okay. Thanks for sharing, and happy Victoria Day to Victoria. Apparently, that was a good timing.
Good timing, right?
And see you next time.
Yeah, I gotta give you the gifts as I usually give for the chat. I'm gonna have a hard challenge with this. I guess I can't. My computer, it's too slow to pick that up. But I'm gonna give you a huge love in there. Even if you're trying. Okay, how about this? There you go. Thank you guys. Be love. We'll see you next time.